Hello everybody, this is Sarad, and today we're going to be starting a single-player campaign of Divinity 2 Original Sin. And we're playing on the classic difficulty. So I took the time and pre-made my character, or did all my character selection stuff before I started recording, because if you're anything like me, you can spend tons of time just in the character creator, just looking at all the options, all the stuff like that. So I didn't want to bore you with that. But I made a few changes, and I'll go through those real quick and kind of explain what those changes are. Now, I haven't played this game before at all, but I am fairly familiar with CRPGs. I've played Pillars of Eternity and the original 2 Fallout games. So I got a handle on it. Should be pretty quick to pick up on it. But I don't really know any of the ins and outs of this particular game, so we'll have to figure those out as we go. So I decided to play a female lizard, Shadowblade, which I guess is the assassin type character. And I mostly did that because I always play like lizard people if they're ever an option, for the most part, just because I think they look pretty cool for the most part. Like I played like Argonians and stuff like that on Skyrim, and I picked Shadowblade because it's a really silly reason, but the female Shadowblade lizard, like the way her idle animation here just looks the best. It's a silly reason, but that's why I went with it. So these are the options of what they're for my particular character there. I kept the attributes the same because I'm not really sure. I mean, it says what they do on the tooltip here, but I didn't want to mess with those too much because they may be important. And I'm not that confident to fiddle with these quite yet. Same thing with the abilities. But I did change the skills. The default skill that they give you is... the default skills are the Chameleon Cloak, Backlash, and this Chicken Claw ability. And I kept the Backlash and the Chicken Claw because the Chicken Claw seems like a decent kind of slight crowd control ability. Looks like you can take a enemy out of commission for 2 turns. Lets you hopefully burn down a second enemy before the first one will come back, which seems pretty good. Backlash just seems like a pretty standard ability. But I did change Chameleon Cloak for Throwing Knife, and the reason I switched out Chameleon Cloak is because it seems like it'd be a good ability for the character, or the class rather, but I just figured the first few levels are going to be more, I would assume they're generally like combat-y, where you don't really have the ability to use these to their the full potential. This seems like something that we could probably take later on for more benefit. Throwing Knife, I assume would be a a ranged damage ability, which we should be able to utilize to kind of keep enemies away from us, which seems good because I feel like a character like this probably have a lower health pool. So the ability to throw knives at people, and then if they get close, turn them into a chicken, seems like a pretty good thing. The ability to turn someone into a chicken just seems fun, so kept that. Talents, which I guess are kind of like perks and like other like D&D and stuff like that. They started with Gorilla, which is 40% damage, additional 40% increase in damage if you're sneaking. which again is, I feel like, would be pretty good for the character class in general, especially if you are able to sneak around and like kind of pick enemies off one by one. But because of that reason, how I think combat may be for the first, at least for the first couple levels or so, I think I probably wouldn't get too much use out of that. So I took this leech ability instead, which heals when you're standing in blood. And I don't really know how the mechanics in this game work. I would assume that any enemy you kill would probably leave a pool of blood. Not 100% sure, but I would assume so. If you killed him in a way that would leave blood, like daggers and stuff like that, which we're going to be using. So the ability to basically heal whenever we kill somebody, especially if we are in combat with like multiple enemies, would seem decent. So I decided to take that. And like I said, Grill is probably something we could probably take at a later time, or change depending on our build. I don't really know for sure yet. And then tags are basically what your character, like the backstory of your character, where they are, like Barbarian, just some simple stuff. I chose Noble and Outlaw. For the main reason I chose those was because I'd like to think that my character would be able to get a lot of information out of people, and being able to get information out of, you know, highborn people and lowborn people seems like it'd be a pretty good information gathering ability. So I went with that. Don't know if that's actually how it works, but we'll see. Those are the tags I chose. Instruments, I don't really know what effect these are going to have on the game at all. Maybe it's just how it plays background music. Who knows? I chose the tambura. I thought it sounded the best. So that's kind of just a quick breakdown of my character and what the handful of changes I made. So we'll go ahead and start game. Yes. All right. Go ahead and watch this opening cinematic. Try not to talk through cutscenes.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic.
Now what I will say is that this character here kind of reminds me of Flemeth from Dragon Age, just their design.
The monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began.
It generally seems like a bad dude.
Pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Alrighty. The only thing I know about this game is eventually, I guess one of the goals is that you become a god or something like that. I don't know. I have no knowledge. I didn't play the first one, so we'll see. How this is starting out kind of reminds me of like Elder Scrolls games, because in Elder Scrolls games you always start out as some sort of prisoner.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
Oops. Oh, it was autosave. Okay. But we'll see. And I really like the character models in this game. Like, they look really good. And that was the main reason why I bought this game, because I thought how good the character models looked.
No marks.
Oops.
No indications of a strong. Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that colorful
fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. Fair. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Alrighty.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Alrighty, let's see. You pull at the thing around your neck, futilely demand to know why she's collared you. And then we have our two... I guess this is what the tags is for. Like, it gives you different dialogue options. So, let's see. So, Outlaw, look around warily and wonder what damnable dungeon you've ended up in this time. Or the Noble, now that you're up, you'd like to bathe and dine. Tell her to ring for the servants. So, I kind of want to play my character more wary of people. So, we'll choose the Outlaw for this one.
Dungeon? You have the gall to call my laboratory a dungeon? Oh, I'd be quite annoyed with you if you didn't look so honestly perplexed.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
That's kind of interesting to have a narrator.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Well, all I know is that these people seem kind of like jerks.
A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Alright, let's see. You pull the thing around your neck, futilely demand to know why she collared you.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Alright, so you recall great powers building inside you, the ones you commanded before your capture. Unleash them. Or, she might be playing a trick, don't do it.
Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. Promise.
Let's see. No, screw you, lady. I'm not gonna try to use magic with a collar around our neck. Sounds like a bad idea.
My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, though it does look darling on you. So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because, to answer your question, what the collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Okay. Either way, it still looks like we're a prisoner. But they don't seem to be too keen on locking us up. So, let's see.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Oh, perfect. Sounds like quest to
Behind
me.
the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Well, sounds like someone's had a bad day.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Luckily you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Alright. Definitely was not
Waters
us.
is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Let's see. Ask if you could lend a hand in the investigation. Ask if you knew the dead man. Or pause. Always does. Ask if this sort of thing happens often. Okay, yeah. Let's ask if this sort of thing happens often.
You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of. Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man.
Okay.
Small ones this time, thank the gods.
Small ones. Okay, I don't really know what that means.
We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Alrighty. Let's go talk to her. Also, like how much taller the female lizards were than like all the other races.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Alright, let's see. Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Ask why she's letting you so close to the crime scene. For all she knows, you could be the killer. Or take your leave. Yeah. You're my captor.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source.
Okay. That doesn't explain why we're here. I don't want this collar.
We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Rock solid alibi.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Let's see, shrug. Say maybe you can, you're a sorcerer after all. Tell her that's a trick you haven't quite mastered. Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could have easily done this. Or we have an option for race, which is a lizard. Say you don't hail from the House of Dreams. When you sleep, you truly sleep. Alrighty. Let's go with this one. Tell her a trick that you haven't quite
I
mastered.
thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform.
Alright.
Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Okay, she wants us to be a narc for 1 gold coin. A singular shiny gold coin. So nod and say I let her know if you hear anything. Say that you're no snitch. Laugh, she really thinks you'd help a magister, someone who's keeping you under lock and key. Tell her your price is considerably higher than that. Yeah. Why should I help you?
Think about it. It's one of you who got killed, not one of us. We want to find who did it and bring them to justice. Who's your real enemy here?
Let's see, probably the people who had me under lock and key.
You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Alright. Let's see.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Alright. So looks like we got plenty of people in here. So let's just work our way clockwise. Hit a bunch of small children. Just gonna start collecting things. Metal crate. Has 10,000 hit points. Alright, nothing in the crate. Source muted.
My mum is afraid of lizards. I'm not. I think you're neat. I'd be happy if I had a tail.
Oh, nice kid.
Wow. You're a dragon. You look like a dragon. But where are your wings?
Slightly racist, but thank you, kid.
No, sir. She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
Sure, kid. A source hound. And the dog's a magician too. That'd be pretty sweet.
Ah, there you are. Wife.
Okay.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all rat-like babes that I am by no account this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Allergic of singing, okay. Squint at the lot. Who's Losa? She must have confused you with someone else. Look at the passive dirty kids and say, seems well enough like brats to you. Who's Losa?
The young woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers herself and nods pointedly at the excited children.
Who indeed? Why, my name is, Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeve.
Alright. We'll go with that.
The children break out into giggles.
I say it is.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Say that's true enough. Shake her hand. Losa, I presume. Ask if she couldn't find some more age-appropriate companions. Say that you're more concerned with survival than entertainment. Okay.
You presume right.
Ask if she knows anything about the murder that happened on board. Tell her she ought to look around with you. We can watch each other's backs. Take your leave. Alright, let's ask her if she knows anything about this murder.
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Alright. Tell her she ought to have a look around with you. We can watch each other's backs. Alright, why not?
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it.
Oh, okay.
You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Okay, so definitely, possessed.
Good luck, Chief.
Alright, let's see. So, Master Jolin. Magister Jolin. Ask him who wants to know. Okay.
The Divine Order wants to know.
Sure.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy, we're trying to catch a killer here.
Yeah, man, I'm, super innocent. Alright.
Mad? Insufferable.
Thane.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out, flicks a finger against one of your scales, and rubs his chin.
Okay, thank you.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Stare at him in shock and ask what the hell he thinks he's doing. Ask whether the book he is reading is any good. He seems engrossed in it. Ask who you're speaking to. Reach over and ruffle his hair with a grin. Take your leave. Hey, touch me, I'll touch you, bud.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult. You have my apologies, Lizard. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
Probably should. You're bemused. Who is this guy?
Ah, yes. The niceties. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It is pleasurable to meet you.
Okay. Ask what exactly he's seeking. There's a lot of knowledge in the world. Nod toward his book. Has he found much knowledge in there? Alright, keep on wanting me to ask about this book. I'm going to ask about the book.
Hardly. I've been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mysteries of the universe. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Tell him about the war between the Divine Order and the Black Ring. It dwarfed everything that went before. Let's see, Lizard boasts that the ancient empire has abided through all of history, even in the face of the Divine Order. It stands strong. Seems that lizards are pretty boisterous. Yeah, let's use this lizard option.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
Well, yeah.
Where do these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Admit that some things just aren't known. Look at him incredulously. The gods are forces in nature. They don't have a history. Ask why he's so curious about the gods. Sure.
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not?
Yes. Fellow human.
Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Insist why he's so curious about the gods. Insist.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Alright. Magister paid.
Here's the register, man. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell him you're fine. Ask you've been through, or say you've been through worse. Ask if he actually cares. Ask if he'd be fine collared like a dog stuck in a ship's hold with a corpse and a murder on the loose. It's just so cynical.
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
I'm sorry you're upset, man, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
You know, for people that have you prison or chained up and stuff, they seem pretty chill. Gil.
The Magisters are out for blood. You saw the body, didn't you? Big bruiser like you ought to be able to take him home.
Alright.
It was one of them. I know
A
it.
broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
Girl. Alright. Girl. Tell him he ought to think twice about addressing you like a child. Ask what you're meant to be hearing. Wave his request away and ask if he knows about the murder on board. Take your leave. Alright. Ask what you're meant to be hearing.
The ship, of course.
Quietin. Yeah. I've never actually heard that word like that before. Quietin. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I never have heard that quite like that. Quietin and listen to the sounds of the ship. Wave his request away and ask what he knows about the murder on board. Take your leave. Alright, indulge him.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash, and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Tell him the ship is moaning like a sick man. Say the sea sounds angry, like it's trying to capsize the ship. Remark that your shipmates are chatty as gulls. You can barely hear over the din. Sure. Sea sounds angry.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
Alright. Close your eyes and try to let the ambient sounds of the ship fade away.
There now, just like that. Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
Alright. Ask what's got him so excited. That was nothing more than a rat. Nod, you heard it. What's it supposed to be? Decide to leave him to his soundscape and take care of. What's got him so excited?
Oh, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Alright. This guy knows his shit.
Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Alright. Tell him he shouldn't talk like that about such a magnificent beard. Ask why he's so excited about reaching Fort Joy. You haven't heard anything good about the place. Note, he must be a practiced sailor. Ask what the figure means to him. Tell him he shouldn't talk like that about such a magnificent beard. Alright. I mean, that's a great answer, but I think I'm going to go with ask him what the figure means to him.
Captain, actually. And that figure tells me we're getting close to the Joy. Close to what lies beyond it, too.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, kiddo.
Cock an eyebrow if he's hatching an escape plan. You want in? Say nothing, but look him over once before leaving. You may want to find him again inside Fort Joy.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Alright.
Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Just picked up an entire barrel? Where's the inventory?
You'd end up a prison guard.
Okay, this is your inventory. Everything picked up in the store. Yeah. Water barrel.
Your kind always hung closest.
60 pounds? Yeah, what? I don't want that.
You got this.
Take a whole barrel. Alright.
As soon as the Inquisitor
Namaya.
we'll hang you right over the
Forgive me, Kin. Were that I had more than gruel to serve. If I'd more than cornmeal and rotting roots, I'd concoct something more fitting. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
Let's see, the Red Prince.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Let's see, humor him. Let's see where this leads. Mumble through clenched jaws. What on earth is he doing? The nerve, slap his hand away hard. Yeah, fuck you, man.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business.
You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Let's see. Nod, tell him you're quite the wizard in the kitchen, a true chef. Laugh and say you can hardly tell a turkey from a turnip. Tell him you're not answering his damn questions. Take your leave.
Goodness gracious me, what a bore. Off with you. Quite clearly, you wouldn't have done at all. Shoot.
You got this wolf on a leash.
What else
The
you got to say?
acceptable distance for you to keep from me is at least 50 yards. Or the grave.
This guy, man, it's a piece of work. Alright. Magister Victor.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
Alright, this guy. I don't like this dude.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay is this tramp you found.
Wow, okay.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Let's see. Move closer to him. Move closer, but clench your fists in case things go south. He dares beckon you like a common servant. Sniff and pretend not to notice him. Outlaw.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hey, man, this dude's a bro.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the Sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Ask Ifan why the Magister suspects him of murder. This doesn't seem like the optimal part of the ship to hang around. Take your leave.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ask Ifan what he did to find someone at the mercy of a subordinate. Find himself at the mercy of a subordinate. Say that you're still curious about this murder. Did he do it?
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. Away from interested parties.
Say that you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it? Sure.
No.
Perfect.
The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ask Ifan if he knows anything about where you're headed, Fort Joy.
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Say you'd like to meet Alexander. You know you'd show him exactly what you think of his bloody divine order. Tell Ifan that's one acquaintance you're not eager to make. Say you've no interest in Alexander. All you care about is surviving Fort Joy. Don't know anything about this person, so I've no interest in him. Just want to get out of Fort Joy.
Not interested in the son of the divine himself. I don't blame you one bit. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, Lizard, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Tell him your name. Say that it's Erlenta. Refuse to give him your name. Tell him your name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you. At once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Alright. Got Sybil.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark
Sybil?
spot,
I don't know.
lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Wonder what she's doing.
Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
Let's see. Laugh. Can she read the future in cow entrails as well? Whose fate is she deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
If she can decide fates and dice, ask if she can read future in cow entrails as well.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too.
Alright, so elves are, I guess, weird in this
I could
setting.
lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Why not?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Stare at the ground, embarrassed. You've quite forgotten about that. Admit wide-eyed. That's exactly right. Snap at her. She doesn't know what in the seven hells she's talking about. Sure, why not? Admit.
Of course it is. The truth's right there. Skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
The woman keeps rolling her dice. She pays you no further notice.
Alright. Looks like everybody. Let's check this crate. Alright.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Oh, looks like, case solved.
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Oh, okay. You want to kill me?
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
So you say, yes, sir, and turn to leave. This murderer must be brought to justice. This may be the perfect opportunity to create a mutiny. Tell the woman you stand by her. Address the sorcerer and ask what she meant by there are others whose lives must end.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
Oh, okay. It's a direct threat to me.
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
Sweet.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts swords, the Void Welcome will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Alright, we're in combat now, boys. Or not.
What's happened?
Hold Alt left to highlight objects that can be picked up. Oh, okay. Great. Well, that was sweet. Oh, look at that. They have like a portrait for the fact that Yona, William, and Ygritte. Take that money. Stained shirt. And some gold. Alright. Threadbare gown, level 1. Well, this shirt at least has some armor, so we'll put that on.
Damn thing won't come off.
Okay, I mean that'd be that'd be silly if they would let you just take it off. So, chest with confiscated goods. Hey, buddy. That's exactly what we need. Shiv. Can backstab. It's probably what we want. Let's go ahead and equip this Shiv. It's our left, so probably want it on the right. I guess, okay. Main hand, and what, this is offhand? Oh yeah, okay, main hand. So a hatchet. Let's see, what else is there? Give me all this food. Effects unknown. Consume. Display case. Anything? Oh, okay. It just opens it up. Okay, door is locked. Guess we'll go back. Note. Requisition. Note. Oh, we got some money and a bottle of water. Something I'd like to have. Use to read. Requisition Sorcerer's Hold. Okay, it's just a requisition form. Okay, those are the same. And this note. A few of them are in good spirits, especially the children. The others are sullen. Don't blame them. Change is rough, but they'll make new friends sooner or later. And when we cure them for good, they'll be thanking us, not cursing. While most of them, the elf with the dice, that lone wolf, with the creaky-voiced woman in the kitchen, some folks won't get over it. Reckon they won't find the first. Reckon they won't be the first to get cured if they're ever cured at all. Alrighty. So that's talking about some of those people that we know. Or that we've talked to. Beast. Knocked down. Oh no, not Nemaya.
Oh, what? What happened? Must have been the turns.
Slap him in the face, needs to get up now.
You dare strike a royal?
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Oh yeah, this dude's dead. That's what I like. Take your money.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips. His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucid. Lucid.
Ifan cries out, then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
Alright. It's too bad for him. I like him.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead.
Hold your head to his chest, listen for a heartbeat.
You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just.
Okay. Oh, the dog. Did they kill the dog? Oh, the dog's dead. I don't want dog intestine. Alright, nothing on that guy.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, grayish-black clouds swirl through them.
Right, shake her shoulder.
No.
Okay. There's one other person. Let me check on her. Our elf friend.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Reassure her that you'll get her out of here if you can.
It's no use. Your words do not seem to reach her.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
Alright. Let's see. Check this barrel. You know, dire situations will not keep a man from his loot. Okay. Got a couple dead boys. Dead boys have wood chips. Take them. Magister Waters. I mean, I'll take the shiny 3 gold. Chunk of flesh. You know, I won't take the intestine, but I'll take the chunk of flesh. Elves can eat limbs and experience memories of the person to whom the limb belonged. Alright. So... elves eat people. That's kind of messed up. But... we'll hang on to that. Maybe give it to our elf friend. Oh, this jerk. They're dead? No, they're actually alive.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Ancient book. Crime scene. Some crimes, like murdering or stealing, leave a crime scene. Even if nobody saw you commit a crime, they may stumble upon the crime scene later and start investigating. Alright. Stolen. Source King insists there are no magics too foul, even those that would block or remove the source within an individual. I delight in the madness. It is an invitation to manipulate all those we once believed immutable. It provides all manner of experimental subjects. The text beneath lies a series of hexes and chills required for muting source. Some of these objects are circled in black ink and annotated as follow: helm, collar, mask. Alright, I don't know if that'll be important, but I'm gonna take it. Or I wonder if I put it back on the pedestal. Well, it's not stolen anymore, technically. I already stole it once. Can't steal it twice. Alright, well, looks like where we need to go is up that onto the main deck. I would assume a place we couldn't go earlier. Yeah. Oh, 3 gold. Take it.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Alright. Or not. Oh. There's a flag. Magister William. There's nothing else. Dude's dead. Like real dead. Oh. Broken sword collar. I'll take that. Let's see. So where exactly do we go? Door's locked. Open. Attack. Oh, it has 504 hit points. I mean, we could sit here and break down that door. But that does not seem... Oh, we have a hatchet. Maybe, yeah, I mean... Definitely not how this is probably meant to go, so... Oh. There were stairs right here. Did not see those stairs. Alright.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick!
Take that gold cup. Probably worse some dough.
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
I mean, we could break down this door. It only has 30 hit points. Okay, let's check over here first. Hey, dog.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Yeah, I mean, what did I expect? It's a dog. I mean, you gotta let me know what's in behind this door. I mean, there's 2 dudes over there.
Like a fine grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
Hey man, I just broke this door down to help you.
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of him.
See, motion to the destruction around you. What's going on here? What have they seen? Finger your collar. You can't help them if they can't get this stupid device off of you. Oh, you can help them if they get this stupid device off of you. Draw your weapon and be done with them.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Sorcerer mutiny!
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blade.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
So during persuasion events, you can try to persuade the person you're talking to. Depending on your answers, your stats will and your persuasion ability will be compared to those of your conversation partner. Character with the highest persuasion will likely win. Persuasion ability will likely win the persuasion. All right. All right. Strength snarl. That's that's right. There's a mutiny, and if you want to see your families again, they'll stand down. Tell them there's no mutiny. You almost died at this woman's hands. Wits, tell the Magister Sywin is injured. She asked you to go find help. Let's use our wits, because we have points in wits. Success.
Sywin will have to wait. We're not going deeper below decks. Not now. Go there. Get out of here.
200 experience. Talked 2 men out of being murdered. Cup of tea. Improvised staff. And a magnifying glass. I will take it. See a letter. Journal. You know, it's actually really nice that you don't necessarily have to be right next to something to put it in your inventory. It's the little things. Oh, okay. Magister Sari. That person's dead. Nothing. Magister Swordsman. That's some money. Alright, let's see. Okay, I guess there's something in it if... Oh, no, I was wrong. Okay. Maybe it's just like, it has that little star if you've never opened it up. Taking the first bow. Take the money.
Something's pounding on the heart.
Mug of beer. Ooh, money, a note, and skull-marked key. Skull-marked door.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol, but it's clearly warning you away. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb.
Huh. Oh, okay, there's Fane.
You pass through the door, and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet. It cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
There's something familiar about the way he holds that book. Grab whatever's close at hand and move to attack the undead monster. Ask if he shouldn't be doing the same. The ship is going down. Take your leave. There's something familiar about the way he holds that book.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to.
That's it, the elf. He's the elf that was reading the book. And he doesn't ask if he's just going to go down with the ship. Ask why you didn't see him before. He kind of stands out. Snap that at least you're doing something. You could be saving lives instead of just reading. That's it.
Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
Not that it seems quite sensible.
Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
That's funny. I feel like there's gonna be combat. You know what? We're here by the door.
The moment you touch the door, it
We're
doesn't
going in.
budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Oh. Dead fog. Instant death for the living. Yeah, that seems real bad.
I need to get out of here now!
I mean, not before I loot, though. Hey man, you're dead. Can you help me out with this dead fog?
You mind? I'm really rather busy.
Nope. Alright. Ooh, box. What's in the box? 4 gold? Alright. Combat in Divinity 2 is played in rounds. Everything due will cost AP. Poison services has been created in your vicinity. From left to right, the order of... okay. So there's this Kraken. My first order of business is to loot this body. Alright. Gonna end my turn. I just walked through poison. Alright, so I will use Chicken Claw. Boom. You're chicken. And can I backslap? Yeah. Can I attack him again? Oh man, that's sweet. Unchickened. Cost 5 to attack. Perfect. Look at that. Combat like a champ. wonder if I loot this guy, if I'll get poisoned. Nope. Well, no, I don't want to loot the water bottle or the water barrel. What, I have two? Oh. Maybe I do want the water barrel. Alright, let's go find some more of those. I guess I wasted that other barrel.
A lifeboat! That means there's still a chance.
Yeah, but first... I'm slow. Oh, oil. Alright. Need your money. I don't know why the rain's not just putting out the water right away. Or the fire immediately. Alright, so we're looking for a lifeboat. Oh, lifeboat. Another random gill dude. Small child. Too small child. Get on this boat.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
Children and dwarfs.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
Call the dwarf a yellow-bellied coward. You'll return to the lower decks and check for survivors. The ship trembles beneath your feet, but the kid's right. Say you'll go back to the lower deck and look for survivors. Tell the kid Gil is right. You just came from the lower deck. You're not going back down there. Forget the others. You just went off this bloody ship. Yeah. Call the dwarf a coward.
There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us here. Had to open your big mouth.
Alright, okay.
If you can get yourself up there. There's a boat. Wait! Void woken.
I wonder if you could just leave everybody to die. And you could just do like a solo campaign without any like helpers or...
I thought the void woken was supposed to be scary.
Hey! Okay, I guess sorcery is different than regular magic.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
Man, just putting in work.
They who are about to triumph.
These beardless bugs won't sink a ship on my watch.
Yeah, man, these guys are putting in some work. My turn is like so far away. She went after I did. It's her turn again. All these people. Let's get curb stomped, I guess. Jeez.
This old pub is about to burst.
I hear something. It's...
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
Look around for some way to help her. There's nothing to be done. Leave her to fend for herself. Alright, look around for some way to help her.
Movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture.
Take the cloth and hold it tight to the wound and try to stem the bleeding.
Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
Hold the cloth tighter to the wound. Unravel the blood red cloth and wrap it snugly around her neck like a tourniquet. Slit her throat, better to end it quickly. Leave her, there's no time. Alright, so as a EMT student, I just want to say that you should never tourniquet someone's neck. That's bad and will not help anybody if you stop the blood flow to their head. So we're just going to apply direct pressure to the neck.
It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder.
Continue holding the cloth to the wound. Take Siwan's hand and try to help her stand.
Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Alright, I didn't get off the ship. It's probably not good.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Hey!
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Hey, that's how you fake your death. Get out of serving time. But I seem to have been saved by the Almighty God himself. Raised out of the depths. Looks like we're still going to Fort Joy. So, didn't help too much. Let's see where we end up. Alright, shipwrecked.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor?
Yes, they did.
This must be Fort Joy.
Alright, well, that seems as good a place as any to cut this particular episode. No, it was a bit slow. It was the, intro stage, intro tutorial area. Hopefully next time it'll start to pick up a little bit from here. Hopefully you're liking it so far. Catch me next time for our continued adventures of Kiraza, the lavender female lizard. And hey, have a good one. Catch you next time.